Welcome back, everyone. It's Sunday sit-down time. We're doing things a little different this week. We're on site here at the Hearn Center. I'm joined by Mizzou volleyball player Jordan Iliff. Jordan, first, just thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's kind of go back to the very beginning. You know, you're from St. Louis, grew up. What was your perspective on Mizzou volleyball growing up?
I was obsessed. I came to camps when I was really young, and I knew that this was where I wanted to go. Like, my recruiting process was like Mizzou only. It was close to home, and camps, my visits, everything. Like, I just knew I was going to come here.
Yeah, when kind of in your journey throughout high school and everything, did your conversations start with Mizzou, and just how did those conversations go?
I committed when I was a freshman. So my journey started in middle school. I would say around like 7th, 8th grade is when I really was like, oh, I want to go to Mizzou. And then my freshman year is when I started like really talking to Mizzou, like honing in on them the most, and just deciding that's where I wanted to go.
Yeah, your first 2 years here, kind of a bumpy ride as far as records go, but you definitely had a lot of talent as far as hitting-wise above you. Just who did you really lean on through those first few seasons?
I would say like I had an older kind of sister vibe, Anna Dixon. She was obviously like a huge person for us, and she helped me a lot with like confidence and all that kind of stuff, which I don't know, after she left I was like, okay, it's time like for me to step up and like kind of fill her shoes.
Yeah, what was the biggest adjustment coming from high school and then, you know, playing SEC volleyball?
I think the tempo is a lot quicker, and like the age gap from me being 18 to people being like 22, 23 was crazy. Like, it was a big jump, but it was just something, you know, you have to adjust to quick, and it was a good adjustment. It wasn't too bad.
Was there a certain point that you started to be like, okay, I'm comfortable now, like we're in the groove?
I would say like midway through my freshman year is when I felt like comfortable, like, okay, I know what I'm doing, that kind of thing. And then I think like confidence-wise was this season. I felt like very confident and like, okay, like I really, really belong now.
Going back to last season and just seeing the struggles that you guys had, where did you think that, you know, if we just get this one thing, maybe two things to work better for us, that things will kind of start to click?
I think honestly we had a lot of passion and we wanted to do it, but we would have like our passing might not be there someday, or our hitting might not be there. Like, we just never had a time we all got to click together, which is something we're very much focused on this season.
During the off season, we saw a lot of those people from last year hit the transfer portal. What was your process like in the off season, and what made you decide to stay at Mizzou?
I think when I committed here, I was so in love with the school that I was like, I am going to stay. And even though so many people were leaving, I loved the school. I was really excited to see what the new coach is like. Dawn is great. Like, I love her. And so I just was like, I'm going to do my best to make this program as good as I can be before I leave.
Having some early conversations with Coach Sullivan, just what were they like for you, and what kind of made you, you know, be okay with her coming in and being the one taking over this program?
I think she talked a lot about creating strong, independent women, which was something I just loved right away.
Period, Dawn.
Yes. So she talked a lot about that, and about like just like a culture, and I think those are like two really big things for me. And I don't know, having a coach who's wanting to make you the best person outside of volleyball too was just something I wanted to stick around for.
Yeah, in the off season, when, you know, all these transfers are coming in, new freshmen coming in, just early days of practice, how do you get it all to gel together?
I think that culture piece, I was just trying to, and everyone was, like, reach out to other people, like really be there for each other, because preseason can be tough, like it's a tiring time. But I think we just really had to lean on each other, create like a sisterhood, something we talk about a lot, and doing that, like, it made it a lot easier and fun.
Last year you had someone like Anna Dixon who has had a lot of experience, but this year, you know, you're more in a leadership role. Just where has your leadership role grown to in this first couple games of the season?
I think I am just trying to like really hold people together. I think like something I'm trying to do is be very supportive, and like if anyone's struggling or anything like that, like I really like to be that person to go and like lift them back up. And I think that's kind of what I'm trying to do, like energy-wise, that kind of thing is just kind of how I want to lead this team.
Seeing just what Coach Sullivan, obviously the first weekend, a lot of support around the Hearn Center. What do you think the excitement is just around her first season here?
I mean, she made a mark at her last school for sure, and she does a really good job at connecting with fans. And like, we had a day where we went like to some of our season ticket holders' houses and just to introduce ourselves and give them to them. And I think doing things like that like really makes people want to come. And I think new coach like kind of like Dennis Gates. Like, people just wanted to come and see what it was like.
You mentioned before we started that your parents get to come to a lot of games. Just what's that like to have them in the stands here at the Hearn Center?
It's awesome. I love like having my family right there supporting me every single time. Like, they don't miss a game, and it's great to know like after games I can always have someone to talk to, like lean on, support me. It's great.
For the girls coming in that even have a lot of experience but may have not had experience in the SEC, just what do you tell them about SEC volleyball?
I would say tempo mostly. I would really tell them like that this is like, it's a jump. Like, this is a very good conference, and the tempo, the like speed on the ball, like on serves and all that kind of stuff is definitely going to be harder, but the intensity, the fan support, all that is also, it comes with it, and that adds so much fun.
We got to talk about this first weekend of volleyball that we had here at the Hearn Center. A lot of, I think, mini heart attacks happening in the stands with 2 5-game sets, just leaving both of those games with wins. What do you think it says about the culture that is being built?
We can battle, I think, is what it really tells me. I think we may have struggled with that in the past with like our past team, but this team, like, there was not a doubt in anyone's mind that we weren't going to come back. Like, we all were on the bench, like, in between sets, confident. Like, we were like, okay, we're good. Like, it was stressful, but we knew we could battle, and we did it together, and that's how we won.
We saw a big first weekend from DeLauro on the outside. Just what have you seen from her coming into this program?
She is a very intense, passionate player, I think, and she brings a lot of power. She's a great passer. So we were all really excited, and she really did play great. It was exciting.
Is there certain team goals that you guys have laid out so far?
We would love to make it to the NCAA tournament, and I have no doubt that we will. If we keep playing like that, I think we'll be set. But yeah, I would say that's like our biggest goal right now is NCAA.
What do you think is the biggest thing that you guys need to do to make that happen?
I would say starting off strong. I think we obviously have the skill and we can battle it out, but I think starting off stronger as a team, like just together, I think would really help us out.
You've started off strong so far these first few games, but good luck the rest of the season. I'm excited to watch.
Me too, thanks.
All right, everyone at home, we'll be back after this break.